everybody, and welcome back to Let's Not Play Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate with BOWGUNS. Today we're going to be doing Lagombi, which is just an amazingly fun monster. Well, most of the time, perhaps, probably. I don't really know. We'll find out soon enough. As you can see, I'm again using the Tropico gun. Again, just the most effective thing we've got. Don't think too much about it. Here we go. Riding right away this way, and let's get this thing started. You saw 8 for temper, and then I think I got like attack up small or something. Nothing too spectacular. This is also my first time here in the tundra, so I want to make sure you all got to see this lovely little animation here. Well, not animation, but cutscene. Not really sure what this would be. I think it's a cutscene. Yeah, which is an animation. I don't know. It's something. Anyway, check the box here. Not this one. This one. There we go. It gives you flaming shots, but I already have a full complement of them, and I'm actually doing well enough on items that I don't have to worry too much about it. Give you some easy flash bombs. We'll probably use those. And in the tundra, you want to have hot drinks, because if you don't, your stamina will deplete very, very quickly. So let's switch over to flaming shots. So when we get right in there, we can just go to town on him. And I believe Lagombi will spawn here in Area 2. This is Area 1. Area 2 is right up this way. Learn your maps, folks. They are helpful. And now we get to see the Lagombi cutscene, and it's so beautiful. I've used this before in my Letting Go of Try video. If you haven't seen that, you should pause the video, open a new tab, and check it out there. I found it was really cool. The guy who actually wrote the lyrics for that, Kelby on Capcom Unity, just an awesome guy, incredibly talented in what he did. I mean, I don't really. I've done a couple parody things myself, but what he pulled off was just astounding. It was such good lyrics, and my voice did not do justice to his genius. I know he just did that little attack there. Don't worry too much about that. As long as you're down, you should be okay. The only thing you have to really worry about from Lagombi is the forward momentum moves. And a couple of the sliding ones. Like, that one can sometimes get you that he just pulled on Cha-Cha. But generally, it's going to just go right past you. Generally. As long as you're not in like direct line with him, you'll be pretty well okay. Because he's not very good at hitting low targets with those ice balls. Now he does have another one which will just wreck you, but only if you're still there. So see that that sideways slide went right past me because I was right in front of him. Really, he's not a very difficult monster to fight. You just kind of have to know when to fire and when not to. He's not going to come back. Okay. Sometimes he will run out and then he'll come back right away. And when he does that, you have a great shot to great chance to just land some heavy hits on him. Want to aim for the face as much as possible. With this bow gun, it's a little bit more difficult because it has some deviation to the right, and with temper, it's a lot to the right. So yeah, just be aware of that. Deviation is one thing you have to deal with. You have to account for with bow guns that you don't necessarily have to even think about with bows. But generally, the added damage output is well worth it. At least I think so. Especially since it's such an easy thing to account for. And look at that. He may not even make it past this shot. Nope, he made it. Okay. Well, we're only a couple hits away, so we'll just follow after him. And yeah, we'll just use normal twos. No need to freak out about it. He's incredibly, incredibly weak. Well, not incredibly weak to the point where he's not even a challenge, because I have died quite recently, actually, to a G-rank Lagombi, but that was my own fault. I think I was trying to run adrenaline when I shouldn't have been, and just bad things happened. Yeah, he found his second wind. Good for you, sir. Oh, you punk. You punk. Okay. This is where he gets dangerous, when you're not expecting it. Come on, give me my pickaxe back, you Thank you. Lagombi, you're so helpful. Alright, let me heal up a little bit. Because, you know, can't lose my pickaxe to a stupid cat. Reload. Get out of there. Of course, if you're not crouch-fired, you do have to worry about those the ice balls that he throws at you. But if you're you really are just here to ruin my day, aren't you? What we're actually gonna do since we took out a cat or two, let's actually do some work here and see if we can get a couple shiny drops, and maybe we can get some good stuff. First, we're gonna carve Lagombi because he does have a heavy bowgun that we want to get. I don't think his armor's anything we want. I'll check between the heavy and the light bowgun segment, and I'll let you know in the light bowgun. But I don't think it's anything all that special. So, and I could be wrong, and I probably am because you know it's me, and I'm always wrong about everything. But and hopefully we can get this ever so carefully. There we go. Got it. Good. All right. I like it. Secret stash. That's not what we need. We want paw print stamps. I think something like that. Grab this. Secret stash. Also not what we want. How about you? Can we get it in time? Secret stash. No luck on the paw print stamps. Oh well. Anyway, I will see you all back with the light bowgun segment in just a few seconds, so hang tight. And we're back, ready to take on Lagombi again. As you can see, I have switched up my bowgun, and I am ready to take it on with the barrel, which is the Baroth light bowgun. I was going to use the global one, but I had a little bit of technical difficulties, and I ended up using that one, and I just didn't really like number one, recording difficulties, so that is what it is. But I also didn't really like how the quest turned out, so I wasn't too broken up about it being gone. So this one actually rapid fires pellet level 1, and as we all know, that ammunition will focus all of its hits on the face, and since Lagombi is weakest to bullets damage in his face, it is a good idea to fire that at him in his face. So yeah, we're going to try this out. We'll see if it works out a little bit better. I suspect it might. Take a hot drink. And we will run right in here and hit him with the splash bomb. And hopefully we'll get a pretty decent time out of this. I did check into his armor. It's not really anything special, nothing you need to be concerned about or worried about, or nothing that you really want. Whoa, looked like he was about to try and do something untoward to me. And I'm not a fan of that. Alright, one thing you need to be aware of with the current setup that I have, you are going to receive a little bit of recoil when you rapid fire the pellets. We've been experiencing that a little bit with the rapid fire on the Jaggy gun for the Pierce. Oh wow, that broke really quick. So I definitely think I made the right choice in picking this gun instead. A lot of the difficulties I was having was just focusing in on that head with the normal 2 that's rapid fired by the global gun, and that one is actually a very, very good bowgun. It just appears that for this monster in particular, this is a better choice, and we'll probably actually end up using this one for Baggy too, because number 1, minion control, and number 2, Baggy's primary bullet weakness is the face as well. So keep that in mind. Well, you'll probably be seeing it next week. Oh no, please don't hit me with that. Okay, thank you, Cha-Cha. You are so good. Sometimes. Alright, yeah, see? All those hits to the face are just doing wonderful, wonderful things that we want to have happen. Remember, you kind of want to stay a little bit close, but not too close that you get hit by any of those. He also has that sort of quick fire attack. Try to avoid getting hit by that as much as possible. You are going to be dealing with a bit of recoil, like I said, so you're going to get stuck in place more often than you would like, but just kind of deal with it. None of his attacks, except for the big snowball, which we actually haven't seen yet, so if he does that one, Actually, I kind of hope he does, because it's really cool. It's one of the coolest attacks, I think, in this game. Not particularly difficult to avoid, but it's just kind of cool looking to see that he fires this gigantic snowball at you. So just kind of keep all that stuff in mind. You should probably try and aim a little bit more accurately rather than just kind of hip firing like that, because you will be more effective if more of your bullets actually hit the monster. Nope, don't hit me. Oh, you hit me. You're mean. You're mean. You're very mean. Don't do that. He's gonna come over here. Part of it is a little bit of intuition, just kind of knowing where he stopped without actually seeing him. So just kind of learn how far he goes when he goes, and you'll be just fine. Anyway, like I said, the Lagombi armor isn't really anything you want to deal with. It doesn't have any offensive skills. The only thing it has that might be useful for heavy bowguns is it has evade distance up. And I'm not even sure if that's really evade distance up or not. If it might just be leaping distance, which is pretty useless. If it's actually evade distance up, it's useful for heavy bowguns because you're pretty immobile in that regard. So your primary form of locomotion is evasion. Just dodging around like this. So if you can move around more quickly, or move greater distances with every dodge, then that's a good thing. But if it's just leaping distance, then you're kind of wasting your time with that skill. It looks, I will say this, the Lagombi armor does look very cool. It's just probably not your best option for bow gunning, because there's no offensive skills at all. I probably should also have gotten Kurupeko armor, and I probably have the parts to do it if I need it, or if I decide I need it, because that gives you pellet up. That probably would be a lot more effective against Lagombi right now, especially since I'm using pellet on him. But I'm not too worried about that. It's not going to break the bank if I'm not doing maximum damage, just because I'm doing so much damage. Because every one of those little hits is doing, I think it's like 15% of total bowgun damage, times 3 and then times 2. So, well, no, not times 2, so it's times 3, 15% times 3, then times 0.6, something like that. So it'd be 7%, or roughly 7%, times 3, then times 3 again. So, what would that be? That'd be 21, that'd be like 63 damage or something like that for every pull of the trigger. So, it's not great, but it's a lot better than nothing. And certainly a lot better than missing with normal 2s. Because he is a smaller monster and he's a lot more difficult to hit. So, again, really rapid firing, pellet is probably the best thing to do. If you're going to rapid fire against smaller monsters, rapid fire pellet, because you're more likely to get more of your hits off. Just because it fires in a cone that expands. You do have to be a little bit closer, but they're smaller monsters, so you will generally tend to be closer anyway because they're faster. So yeah, rapid fire pellet. I support this practice. Don't hit me. Again. Where are you? Get out of there. Stupid rabbit. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. Let me see. Woo. We will be making his heavy bowgun. I do need some paralysis sacks, I think. Oh wait, no, that's for the upgraded Arzuros gun. But we may not actually be using that one very much. Oh, stupid Gigi! Why are you here? Die! Like I said, that's another big benefit of using rapid fire pellet, because it controls all the minions. They leave you alone if they're dead. However, I'm not being very effective in actually killing this monster. I'm reminded of a time when I was just starting out bow gunning and I was trying to kill a Giganox with pellets, and it just didn't work out very well. I fought that thing for almost the entire quest time and it just never died. It's awful. This one will die, though. Just trust me. I was just thinking, you know, I'm by myself. Just use pellets and it'll die, right? Wrong. Pellets in Try were terrible. Just awful. They messed up the team. They didn't do any damage hardly at all. It was just an awful, awful experience. There wasn't really any monsters. Although I think in Try the bullets, the pellets did work, so that they focused on the weak point rather than just the head. Because I remember using pellets against Diablos in that game, and her weak point to bullet damage is the tail, and they were just focusing on that tail the entire time. So maybe they changed that from game to game. Also, I'm finding out that this is really quite interesting to me, because I used a lot less ammunition when I was normal 2ing, so perhaps pellets are still a little underpowered in this game, which is kind of disappointing, because it is a very cool ammunition type. Just being able to kind of spray and pray. Oh, thank goodness! I'm so glad it finally died. Good. All right, and I'm probably gonna get. Oh, I thought I was gonna get a velvety hide there first, but okay. Get your Lagombi parts. I believe his bowgun is called a Sphy Slayer, and it will. I know it will crouch fire freezing shots. I'm just not sure if it crouch fires anything else at the start. Maybe normal 2s, which would again be a good thing. I really have kind of a inappropriate level here with normal 2s in this game. They're so versatile. They work on everything as long as you're hitting the right spots. So that's probably not the best way of putting that, but whatever. I said it. It's out there. Anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please leave a like rating down below. If not, please leave a dislike rating. Tell me what a terrible hunter that I am. Tell me to stop talking so much over all this sort of stuff and spreading around false information and everything like that. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.